Good afternoon. It has been a while since I've been on here. I actually did do my hair, but I have not done anything to it today. Today I have been running around doing what I've almost been doing for about 4 weeks as of next Monday during this whole quarantine COVID-19 thing. I was on unemployment website for 2 hours. I had to reapply whenever I've not been working since March 22nd, and I didn't even start getting my benefits until the end of May. It was like maybe May 20 something or a little before that, and then the pandemic payments stopped, and I know I'm not all the way caught up on that, but now they're making you reapply, even though to look for a job has been extended to August 1st. But I did get asked for one of the schools that I am preferred at for my substitute teaching to come August 11th because they're supposed to start August 10th for maternity leave, and I'll be there like maybe 6 to 8 weeks. But what's weird is I found out that Spirit Halloween stores are not even opening this year, and that's supposed to happen in October. But here we are in about 4.5 weeks starting school. Who knows? I know they're going to tell a definite thing, I believe July 15th or 20th around here in my area, so maybe that'll change. I'm kind of on the fence where I'm ready to go back to things, but then at the same time, I haven't really gotten everything I'm supposed to get for being out of work. Nor have I really gotten to enjoy any of this supposed time off, which I know it wasn't a vacation. It was us doing remote learning the first 2 months or so, and then like school lunches and lines a little bit, and then unemployment the whole time, which we're back to phase one, it feels like, with unemployment. But anyways, I just wanted to get on here to talk about what you think about schools and them opening. And of course, I'm cooking some oxtails, which I've done before. I think I cooked them about 2.5 weeks ago. I don't know. Kind of losing a little track of time. But we like to have them once or twice a month. So I've already did this recipe, but I'm just cooking while I'm chatting. I'm chatting about schools and the whole COVID thing and what you feel. I know I don't personally know anyone. I did know someone that my parents knew, the real estate agent. Her nephew did have it, and he got the antibiotics. I think I mentioned that before, but I personally haven't known anyone. But that doesn't mean that it's not around. Let me grab my oxtails. Boy, and is meat going up, the price of meat. These oxtails weren't too bad. I got 2 of them for like 14, so it ends up being about 3 pounds maybe. But I have like some different kind that I normally have because they normally look like this, but I have these, so do the best that I can. And I don't have any mashed potatoes, instant mashed potatoes, and I only have 1 potato left. And I'm not going grocery shopping for about another week and a half or so. So I'm going to have some stuffing, and my daughter was really happy about that. I'm not home making that. And we're going to have some spinach and salad. So I'm going to go ahead real quick and get this butter going in this dish. Oh, we already have some garlic. So let me get this because my husband already used garlic when he made the empanadas last night. We have those about once, twice a month as well. He wanted to make some for his friend. So that was quite good. It's been pretty busy because my youngest daughter just had her birthday, and of course we had 4th of July. We went over to friends. It was nothing big, and it was actually my kids not around me this year, and that's been a first, but they are getting older. So if you haven't seen my recipe before, I'm braising these oxtails. I have not made them different yet, even though I did get my new oven. But it's very hot, so I'm still kind of doing most everything on the stove or in the crock pot. I am going to be making a crock pot chicken on Wednesday, I believe, unless things change. So I will be back on here to do that recipe. I believe it's on here, and I did see it on here, but I'm going to add my twist to it. So if you want to stay tuned for that. And of course, the wine that I'm using for dinner is an Auspician red wine. I've done a review on that as well. And I got a case a couple weeks ago, and I have like 9 left now. And This is actually the one. This, though, I had opened on Thursday and then tried to drink Sunday yesterday, and it was not that great. But it'll be all right to put in for the oxtail. And then, of course, I got a little bit to drink tonight. Not that this hot weather really makes me feel like drinking much. It's kind of like, ugh. So first thing I'm going to do is actually cut up these, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Is cut up the onion and garlic I put in there first. So I'm kind of going to be talking about this recipe, even though I already done it, but I'm mainly seeing what you guys' thoughts is. I don't know if you've seen the CDC lines for school guidelines, but they're pretty crazy. I really don't know how we're going to do all that. I'm kind of nervous about going to teach when this is like that. It's second grade. I haven't heard anything back from sampling, so I'm kind of wondering when all that's going to happen again. I know Publix is even talking about they don't know if they're going to have sampling again ever or when they're going to start back. I'm thinking, well, Publix is known for that. And yesterday I went in there to get my daughter's cake, and you know, the blue ribbons, if you're familiar with Publix, they're not even running that, which really sucks because that employed a lot of people that had worked there a long time and that really wasn't able to be on their feet a long time, and it just makes you wonder what's going to go on. I'm going to use about a whole onion just because we have a lot of onions this time left. I mean, I will be using them throughout the week for dinners and then next week, so they should be gone. But I'm going to go ahead and put those in first because you always put the onions in first. I'm kind of just making those little because they're just more for like the broth, the gravy that you can even make if you want out of this, or the sauce. I'm not going to be making the gravy out of this. I do want to do that one day, but I've literally done no cleaning today. I've just taken out the trash and stuff. There's not really a lot of cleaning. I do need to do the tubs, but I think I'm going to do that Wednesday because tomorrow I'm going to try to have a day. Hopefully this museum I want to go to and take my daughters. I don't know if they'll both go. It's kind of just to get out and do something because we try to do something a couple times a week, and I'm not sure things are going to close because I heard today in South Florida, because I live in Central, is going to, Miami's going to start closing things back up. So I'm like, great, I hope we can get to doing things. But my take on it is at first when all this remote learning was going on, I really wanted my daughter to be starting back. But now it's kind of like, you know, if it's going to be getting worse, and you know how schools are, when children start back, they always seem to have a bug starting back. Hopefully that doesn't spike everything even worse. I don't know what's going on. It's all crazy. Okay, those are probably all little enough, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting them in there. My husband keeping some of this oil. I'm going to go ahead and put them in there because the butter's getting brown and kind of smells like popcorn. I love making this. I know there's other ways to make oxtail. I've even seen people fry it, even though lately I've been trying to stay away from mainly having fried things, but I would like to try that. Whew. I don't want these onions to start making me fry. So we're going to let them cook a little bit, get translucent, before I put the garlic in. Whew. Let me wash my hands with this. Whew. They are getting my eyes. Scam likely. Hopefully you've been able to hear me because I had stupid people calling. Okay. Now I'm going to get the garlic ready. Me and my husband love garlic and onions in a lot of our food. We always put a little more than what they ask. It is good for you. So like I said, Wednesday I am going to be doing a crock pot chicken. Tomorrow I'm going to pick up a rotisserie chicken at Winn-Dixie because it's on sale for $5. So I'm going to, yeah, I'm using the knife. I'm kind of non-traditional with that. I'll get my other thing in a minute. But yeah, I'm going to have rotisserie chicken tomorrow, so I don't really have to cook much tomorrow, but that's because I plan on having a day off. And then Wednesday I'm going to make the crock pot chicken. I have to make it in the morning because that takes about 7 hours. And I got all the ingredients for that last week. And then Thursday I'm going to make a meatless herb and artichoke fettuccine. Because at least once or twice a week I like to eat no meat. Kind of helps you. You should try it sometime if you haven't. So I put, if you haven't seen this, I put about maybe a little less than half a stick of butter in there while I go to saute these onions and garlic first. And I've got my oxtails waiting over here because once they're pretty good sauteed, I'm going to braise those on each side. And like I said, once I do these differently, I will try to have a recipe on that as well. Okay. So I'm trying to think. This is probably going to be slash updates too. So you saw with the Tylee and JJ, their murders, that the mom is no longer charged with abandonment because obviously they were found. Alright, so let me throw these in real quick. I love the garlic smell, it's so wonderful. Of course, whenever I go to put the oxtails in, I'm going to need to put a little bit more butter. So it ends up being about a half a stick of butter. And you can use canola oil. And if I didn't have butter, I would. And I usually use olive oil, canola oil mix for most things I cook. But some things just butter really brings out the flavor, and I don't try to use it in other things. So, all right. So we got that. I'm going to get a plate to put my oxtails for when I am done braising them. Let me go ahead and get a fork for that. So anyways, I'm sure I'll be talking more about that case too, but not really, don't really think it'll be much anytime soon. And then of course, I plan on trying to do some more recipes on here. As far as like different drinks, I have certain drinks I like, and I haven't really been trying different drinks. I may do that coming up. That might be a possibility. So, just all depends. Alright. Now I'm thinking I might have did this backwards today because I'm not thinking. Oh well. Either way, I'm going to add a little bit of more butter. Of course, always clean your meat, which I'm about to do in a minute. I'm going to add more butter. Yeah, I think I did that backwards. It's kind of because I'm a little aggravated that unemployment's making us reapply when we were supposed to be having this go on till at least July 26. It's rather annoying. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put these all in there and kind of put these garlic and onions to the side because they're not done cooking, but I just remembered I think I did this backwards. Alright. But I'm just braising these each on side, so you just take them. Wash them a little bit. Yeah, these kind of pieces I've never had, but we will do what we need to do with them. I have to wipe that off. Why I'm doing this is because you're actually supposed to braise them first and then put the onions and the garlic in there. So I am trying to do this all at one time. And I messed up with that. So I'm going to like braise them on each side. It'll still all be alright. Because you don't fully cook them, you just braise them on each side. So it's kind of a thing that's alright. But normally you put the butter in and braise them and then add the garlic and onion when you take it all out. Alright, so let me do this real quick. My mind's been on so much. Of course, the littler pieces are doing it easier. Let me take this off the heat and try to do this a little differently. You always got to do what you got to do with all this stuff. Sometimes you're getting to thinking about things and you just don't have it all done. So I'm going to kind of get it like this. So just this side without the onions and garlic is cooking more. And they're just braising. Because then I'm going to be adding the wine and the beef broth. It's a very easy one. So what are your thoughts on all this? I mean, I don't see how the buses are going to do this. I read like 11 people per bus when there's like 3 per seat, 6 feet apart with the desk. Is there going to be less students, more teachers, more bus drivers? Where's all this funding coming from? It makes one wonder. Well, stay tuned on Wednesday and have a happy Monday.